giving an overview here of the Goodmans standard definition Freesat receiver. Equally, this video is applicable to the Grundig Freesat standard definition receiver because it's exactly the same box in terms of where it's made and what comes inside the thing. It's just a pure rebadging exercise, whether it's called Grundig or Goodmans. So just to clarify that. So let's just look at exactly what comes in the box. So it comes in this outer box here, and inside we have a user manual, which is here. We also will say have a set of AAA batteries. We have the Freesat remote control here for standard definition boxes, and we have a SCART lead as well. And then we move on to the actual receiver. So you can see the receiver itself is quite attractive. It's sort of curved edges on it here, slightly different than the older version of this design. And first of all, there's a power indicator here. So this will either show green or red if there's power going to the box. And then we have 3 buttons here. We have a power button and we have a channel up and down button as well. And if we just rotate around to the back of the box, we'll see it's extremely simple again. We have a satellite in and we have a SCART out, okay? And it comes with a 3-pin plug. So it's an extremely simple box. So I'll just briefly mention how Freesat came into existence and what the big advantage of it is. So Freesat was set up primarily by BBC and ITV to provide a free TV alternative to Sky. Okay, so what we're trying to do is to produce a standardized model of how they're going to present their channels, etc. So the 3 key advantages that a Freesat standard definition box would have over a generic standard definition box are as follows. The first thing is it's possible to program the box from a postcode. So you simply enter a postcode, we'll say from London or Belfast, something like this, and the channels will simply automatically tune themselves in the box because there's a fixed setup with the BBCs and the ITVs at the top of the range. Now, if you're living here in Ireland, you want to use this box and you don't have a postcode, there's examples given on our website of which of codes for BBC, London, etc. And you can just enter that code and it'll be sufficient to tune in the channels for you. Now the second advantage of this box is that it comes with a 7-day EPG, so we can actually check what channels are coming up later in the day and also get full information on them for the next 7 days. Now if we compare that to a generic standard definition box, what we would get on satellite would be now and next. So it's very advantageous from that perspective because people certainly like to scroll forward and use the EPG functionality that comes with this. And the third advantage on it is that there's automatic channel updating on it. Now over a period of time, this is a very important feature simply because if there's a frequency change, a new satellite comes online, a new satellite channel is launched, or we'll say an old satellite channel no longer broadcasts, Freesat will change the software in your box by broadcasting it via satellite overnight onto your box and update it. So it's completely automatic, and that really is a very handy feature, particularly for people who just want to have a satellite solution that is more or less going to be self-servicing in terms of totally automatic how it updates itself. So in terms of, we'll say, the disadvantages of this box, Freesat boxes are generally slightly more expensive than generic boxes, simply because they have certain extra functionality like we've described there, and obviously because customers probably are willing to pay more, so the manufacturer set them at a certain price. The other thing about it is it's just a standard definition box. Now there's alternatives to this, and the 2 other boxes that come within this range would be, the next step up would be a Freesat high definition box, which is identical in most ways, but it'll also give you the high definition channels obviously, and it comes with a HDMI output. And then a step above that again would be a Freesat Plus box, which is like a free TV equivalent of a Sky Plus box. So you have 2 feeds in, you can record 2 different channels at the one time, you can do Series Link, etc. on it, okay? But that comes in a much higher price bracket, so this is it. So the standard definition box that we're discussing here doesn't have the PVR functionality on it, which can be somewhat of an disadvantage, but certainly there's a very steady demand for this box purely because of the 3 advantages I've listed earlier. So that's it anyway, an overview of the Goodmans Grundig Freesat standard definition receiver.